Hi guys, and welcome back to I'll Read What She's Reading. I'm Mikayla.
I'm Reggie.
And I'm Kennedy.
And today we're going to be talking about our most anticipated reads for 2024, what we want to see more of in 2024, and what we want to see less of. And we're also going to be...
Our reading goals for
our reading goals, yeah. Okay, sorry, I couldn't remember the last one. So we're just going to kind of do those little sections in this podcast episode. So
I'm very excited for next year.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It'll be a good year.
I was thinking for a second, like, what books am I going to read next year? Like, what, I don't know, that are coming out next year even. And then as I searched through my Goodreads, I was like, oh boy.
We got a lot.
We thought this year was going to be good.
All right, let's start first with our most anticipated reads of 2024.
Okay. Should we go? Well, let's go one each.
Yeah.
And here's the deal for you listeners. We've decided that once one person says a book, it can't be taken again. So you guys can get lots of good 2024 reads on your TBR. Who wants to go first?
Let's do Reggie.
Okay. Well, do we want to start with obvious ones?
You can choose whatever you
I'll
want.
just start with the obvious one, which is Crescent City, House of Flame and Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very highly anticipated because I am just really hoping I like it more than I liked the last two, the first two. And I just have no idea where things are going to go, and I can't wait to see what Sarah does. So we talked about this in our Crescent City episode, but felt like we just should start with that one and get that one out of the way.
Get it out of the way.
Because that's like probably the first route of all the... I'm trying to think of all the books that I want to read next year that are being released next year. I think that's the first one I can think of that comes out first for my list. So
yeah, because I was going to say Ruthless Vows, but that comes out on the day after Christmas.
literally next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about when's that coming out. And I'm very excited.
That one will be a good one. I think that's on probably all of our most anticipated, but we can't reuse them. So, Mikayla?
I am excited for Reckless.
Yeah.
Which is the second Powerless. So I can hardly wait. I think it's supposed to come out in July.
Just that little like snippet we got for a look into the next book after finishing Powerless, I am more excited than I thought I would be.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm so stoked.
The way it ends. Yeah. I mean, I guess if you haven't listened to our Powerless episode because you haven't read it, we're big fans of Powerless and Lauren Roberts. So I'm very excited for that one too.
And that's like a really good fantasy, like easy to get into young adult fantasy book for any of you who maybe want to read more fantasy next year or get into that. I think we all agreed that Powerless is one of those books that we would recommend first to people wanting to get into fantasy.
Absolutely.
For sure.
All right, Kennedy.
Mine is Magnolia Park's Into the Dark. I haven't read the second Daisy Hates book, but I just finished the second Magnolia Park's book, which is The Long Way Home, like a week ago. And I'm not going to say anything because Mikayla has like 40 pages left. So I'm not going to say Jack Diddley squat, but I'm very excited. There's just something about the series that I really, really love. And I know the second Daisy Hates book is going to be very good because of a certain character that I'm obsessed with.
Me too.
I'm very excited. Comes out February, I think.
February
13th.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I gotta get reading.
See, I want to read the next Daisy Hates book, but I'm pacing myself because I want to read it closer to when the next Magnolia Parks comes out. So
nice.
I love Jessa. Love it.
Okay. This one is one you're not going to expect me to say because I don't know if you guys know about this book that's being released next year. The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. She's got a new book coming out next year, and I'm stoked. It's coming out April 2nd. Holly Jackson is the author who wrote A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and 5 Survive. I just really like her writing style. I don't really know how to explain it, but she just writes really like fun murder mystery books. They're more young adult. But this one's about a woman who goes missing when her child was like a baby. And they're like making a true crime documentary on the case. And the mom suddenly reappears in the middle of them making this like true crime documentary. And so they get to like figure out everything that happened while they're also investigating the case through the documentary. Anyways.
That sounds interesting.
That does sound really interesting.
I don't know if it's supposed to be a series or not, but it just sounds fun. So
yeah. We love
Holly
Jackson.
Yeah, I really
like Holly a lot.
So I'm assuming, I don't know if you said this, is it young adult?
I'm gonna assume it is.
Because I think most of her books are.
Yeah.
I think all of her books are, aren't they?
Yeah, 5 Survive was.
Yeah.
I don't know, just looking at the cover and based off of the synopsis, my guess is that it is young adult. So.
Dang, I'm excited. I didn't even know that existed, so I'm adding that ASAP.
Adding it. All right, my next anticipated book is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez.
Oh, I love Abby.
And it's supposed to come out in April.
Is it within like her universe, or is it
No, it's another one.
Ooh.
So I'm excited about that.
She's great. Yeah.
Love it. We don't want to ask Reggie how she feels about it.
Well, here's the thing. I started with not the right Abby Jimenez book for me. And so I'm on my 3rd Abby Jimenez book right now, and I really am loving it. I'm almost done.
That's good.
And I really, really like it. I think there was just an issue I had with the first one I read, and then the second one I liked. I don't know. But I really am liking Part of Your World, which is what I'm reading right now.
I love to see the love for Part of Your World. That's my favorite.
It is good. Really good.
Okay. I'm going to say this one, and I can't believe both of my books that I'm saying are romance books. Funny Story by Emily Henry.
That was mine. Save the Holly Jackson.
I mean, I talked about it in a previous episode. I do feel like I like Abby Jimenez maybe a little bit more, but Funny Story is on my most anticipated. I don't know if you guys have gotten this girl on your TikTok For You page or if it's just me. Have you seen the girl that has an arc for it?
No.
Okay, there's a girl that has an arc for it, and which I'm like, how the heck did you get that, and how do I get that?
I want it.
But she basically just said that fans of Beach Read are going to really like Funny Story. So I'm assuming it's kind of the same. She also said it's her most spicy book she's read of Emily Henry's. So it sounds like there's going to be quite a bit of spice. And I know quite a few people that Beach Read's their favorite Emily Henry book. So Funny Story might be right up your guys' alley.
What's your guys' favorite?
Mine's Happy Place, but I haven't read Book Lovers or People We Meet on Vacation. But that is my goal, to read those when I go to Mexico.
I think mine goes Happy Place, Book Lovers, Beach Read, People We Meet on Vacation.
Okay.
Have you read all of hers?
No. I've only read People We Meet on Vacation and Happy Place.
But she's not your favorite, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I like People We Met on Vacation more than Happy Place.
Really?
Yeah.
I think the reason I didn't like People We Met on Vacation is because I read Tower of Dawn right before it. So then I went to People We Meet on Vacation, and it just felt like very simple.
Simple compared to
Tower
Throne
of
of Glass.
Yeah.
I just like the banter in People We Meet on Vacation a little bit more.
Yeah, I get that.
Banter girly.
Yeah, I get that. I totally get that.
I love the banter.
Bless you.
Sneezing.
Let's do 2 books now that we're just excited to read next year. Maybe not that don't come out next year, but we're just excited to read.
Okay.
There's so many.
I know.
How do I
pick?
pick?
Where do I begin? I'm going to say I think 6 of Crows.
Ooh. Are you reading?
I'm not reading it currently.
Are you gonna read Shadow and Bone first? I don't know. I've
maybe look it up.
Yeah, maybe look it up.
I will look it up.
I've heard very great things.
I'm just worried
about
I'm gonna get a spoiler.
Just say, just ask. I'll do it.
You could also. I know Kenzie Diedrichson. She just barely read them like a few months ago, and she read Shadow and Bone first. The Grishaverse.
Because I was gonna say I knew Shadow and Bone was like the same author, and so that's why I hesitated for a second, because I was like, wait, maybe I do need to read that one.
I'll just send it to you. Everyone, this one says Shadow and Bone first. I
don't know why I'm like feeling excited to read it. I just am excited to kind of jump into a new world. I thought I'd want to read Cruel Prince first. Maybe I will. Because now that Kennedy's reading it and Mikayla's already read it, maybe I need to read Cruel Prince first. So I'm in the know. But yeah, I don't know. I've just been like, I bought the duology, and I've just been like reading the back of the book and stuff, and it just sounds fun. So
yeah. It's like a heist, isn't it? Kind of.
What?
Like a heist?
For what?
I don't know. I've just heard it's like a band of criminals going on a heist.
Yeah. It's like a.
That's 6 of Crows. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds so
There's
fun.
A convict. It says in the thing, a convict with a thirst for revenge. Sounds like something I would love. So I'm excited to read that. Let's see. When did this 6 of Crows come out? 2015.
I don't think we have ever talked about those 2 books on this podcast before.
Yeah, I don't know if
we
have.
Those 2 series.
So.
Or do you think you'll read them, Mikayla?
I don't know.
Because you've seen the show?
I didn't know they were books.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just have a hard time because, not that I necessarily remember everything, and not saying everything is exactly the same. I just have a hard time because the characters just are, that's who I have to see.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It's almost like now if I were to read Harry Potter, which I plan on it, you would only see Daniel Radcliffe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that. I get it.
So, I don't know. I mean, Reggie, you have to tell me how you like them.
All right, Mikayla, you're up.
It's me.
Yeah.
It's me. I don't know. I forgot.
There's just so many. There is so many.
You know what I'm trying to do? Is I'm trying to read the books that I have added first. But the one that is the furthest back on my list is the Lochlan feuds. It's called Scarlet Princess. I have it. I have all of them. I really want to read those. So that is I'm going to try and go in reverse order.
I like that idea.
I'm also trying to read the books that I actually already have.
Yeah.
Because I have so many that I just have sitting on my shelf, but then I get excited to read
more.
other ones.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, girl, you have all these physical TBRs. It's time to read those.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel you for that. I feel you on that. But you've been reading for so long that it's like you probably have so many that you've wanted to read for so long, and you're just kind of sweeping them under the rug.
I am sweeping. And there's also a few that I really want to read the Matched series again, because I have them.
Sorry, there is nothing to repeat.
All right, Siri.
Thanks. I read the Match series, I think, when I was like in middle school, but I don't remember anything from them.
Mm-hmm.
So I really want to like reread those. There's some books that I have on my shelf that it's been like years and years and years. And so I just need to be better at reading the ones I have.
I feel that for sure. For sure. Okay, my first one. And I've had this book for so long, and I don't know why I haven't read it, but it's Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. For some reason, and I don't know if this is true about this book, but for some reason I just feel like it's going to give me the same feeling that the Renegades series gave me. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the covers are the same color. I don't know why, but I just have a feeling it's going to make me feel the same. And honestly, when I sit and think about it, to anyone who's listening who has read the Renegade series, if there is anything out there that is similar, I need it. I'm almost tempted to read the Renegade series again because I loved it so much. But
I feel like you would like A Darker Shade of Magic.
You really? By V.E. Schwab?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, I really liked V.E. Schwab's Vicious. It just really irks me that we don't have a release date for the 3rd book. I don't even know if it's going to happen, but yeah, I need something that gives me Renegades vibes, and I'm hoping Legendborn is it. I know a few people that have read it and said they really like it, and I have both the first and the second.
Nice.
I love it.
Cool. I think I'm gonna say the Inheritance Games because I keep meaning to read it and I keep forgetting.
Ooh.
I keep forgetting it exists because I don't have the physical copies and I don't have it like in my Libby or saved anywhere, and so I just kind of forget about it. But then it pops up randomly, and I'm like, I need to read that because one of the books, another book.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it comes out. There's another one.
It's out. Me and Mikayla have it.
Yeah.
Isn't there another
The
one that
Hawthorne
comes out
Brothers?
next year though?
Probably.
Yeah, because I think it's a new 3-book series. that she's
Yeah.
Oh,
writing.
okay. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. It just is one of those books that I'm like, I know I'm gonna love it, and it sounds really fun. I just keep putting it off for some reason, and so next year will be the year that I read the Inheritance Game series. So
I'm excited.
I gotta
for
know
you.
about these Hawthorne brothers. Is that their names?
Mhm.
Gotta read about these boys. So
That would be such a good TV series. Like another good young adult
I
TV
thought
series.
it was.
Like A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I don't know.
Oh.
But here's the thing. All these series are getting picked up and
It's taking forever.
yeah, nothing happens with them, which is sad.
I'm
So
pissed.
it's very sad.
It's my turn. You know what? I really actually want to read.
There are so many. We could have done a whole entire episode just on books we want to read.
Books we want to read.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent.
Ooh,
I've
yeah,
heard
that's a good
lot of
one.
things about
That's a
that.
good one.
I'm excited for that one. I have literally no idea what it's about, but I really enjoyed her Serpents in the Wings of the Night series.
I know a lot of people like Daughter of No Worlds better.
Better.
Is it? It's young adult, right?
Oh, is it?
Actually, I don't know, but for some reason, maybe it's not. I don't know why I get the vibe that
Carissa
it's.
Broadbent writing something young adult.
I think you want to know what? I think I get that one and Daughter of the Pirate King mixed up sometimes.
Oh.
maybe that's why I'm
I don't
thinking.
think this is a young adult.
Okay. That's on Kindle Unlimited for those of you guys who have Kindle Unlimited, I'm pretty sure. Oh, is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Crap, guys, sorry. I'm debating between two
Just say them both.
books. Okay, first is a series. It's called Arc of a Scythe. You have those. You bought them.
Oh.
Yeah, you bought them on the book outlet.
Oh.
Yeah. I have absolutely no idea what they're about. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm pretty sure it's dystopian.
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it's kind of a dystopian. Yeah, so it's basically humanity conquered disease, hunger, war. Nobody dies except the scythes can kill people, and they do it in order to control the population.
Ooh.
So it's kind of dystopian vibes.
I'm
I'm really excited. I've had that whole box set. I think it was one of, when I first started reading and had a bookshelf, it was one of the first box sets I bought because it just looked cool. And I don't really hear people talk about it.
I feel like I don't either.
And I do know I'm pretty sure it's young adult, but I'm very, very excited to read it. The other one I was going to do is, the other book I was going to say, I can't remember the title. So how anticipated is that for me? Obviously very, because I can't remember the title. I almost started it a week ago. And
She
I can't
remember.
find it. Where is it? I know exactly what the cover looks like, but I can't remember what it.
Oh, there's so many books on my
There's
list.
so many books. It's going to be a good year. I think, though, next year, which this will kind of be a little segue into our reading goals before we do maybe things we want to see and things we don't want to see. I think one of my main goals for next year is to read quality over quantity.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've just kind of, especially where this is the first year that I've actually read, I feel like I was just kind of reading whatever, whenever. I didn't really care if I was super interested in reading it. But I do feel like because of that, I was reading a lot of books that I didn't absolutely love. And I want to read more. My goal is to read as many 5-star reads as I can next year based on the genres and the things that I like in books. Like, for example, I don't know if I'll read many thrillers next year because I've just come to find that I don't love them as much.
Mm-hmm.
And they're rarely 5-star reads. But I'm also learning which authors I like, which I don't like. But I feel like I didn't read a ton of amazing books this year. But that's one of my goals.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as that because I've just been noticing that I'm like, sometimes I'm like, crap, I gotta hurry and reach my new reading goal. I keep setting new reading goals for myself. And then I'm like, I'd rather be reading a book that I'm really excited to read rather than like a shorter book that I can hurry and listen to really quick just to add a number to my list. So anyways, yeah, I just want, like, reading should not be a stressful thing. So I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself to read certain things and like have things read by a certain point and stuff this past year. And it's been fine, but I want to just, I have enough stress in my life as is. I don't want to make books a stressful part of my life, so.
Yeah, it shouldn't be stressful.
It shouldn't.
It should be fun.
It should be fun. I may be a little bit opposite from you guys.
Here's the thing. I mean physically read. I don't really care what I listen to. I'll listen to whatever, but books I physically read, I want them to be things I'm really excited about reading, not just to read it.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I am going to try to consume as many books as I possibly can.
I love that.
Because I feel like I'm in a phase of life where this is probably, not saying that it can't ever happen again, but this is probably like the last year where I will have the time to do that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. And also, there are so many books on my list that, especially my physical TBR, is over 60 books. And I just want to try to finish those. So, I don't want to put pressure on you guys at all, but that's just what I want. I also feel like you can just never catch up on the books that are coming out, and like the books that people keep being like, oh, this was such a good book that came out 10 years ago and it becomes popular. I don't know. I'm just trying to consume as many books as I can this year in a healthy way.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
And I love that. You make a good point.
Yeah.
We're young.
We are young. But I also feel like all my physical TBR, like I already have it. Even if it's not like amazing, I bought it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
like,
but you better read it.
I better read it, you know? So I guess I can just be the judge of it afterwards, and if I don't like it, I can just get rid of it.
Yeah, it's true.
Or I make a shelf on my bookshelf that's 1 star. Just kidding.
Just put them in.
Never read again.
Yeah.
Just kidding. But yeah, I don't know. I just like feel like you can just never catch up. So whatever is like good for you guys and me is enough. Just know that you don't have to read 200 books in a year to be a big reader or a reader who is committed. You don't have to do that. It's just whatever you feel comfortable with.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you read 200 or 30 books or 10 books a year.
Mm-hmm.
You're still a reader. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like the number of books you read doesn't like portray your level of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Dedication.
Dedication. Yeah. Like last year I read 27 books.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I set my reading goal for 2024 to be 50, and I've read like 60.
Yeah.
And
you're 2023?
Or sorry, for 2022.
Oh, okay. You read
in 2022, I read 27 books. And I remember being like, I just remember thinking that was so many books, and now I've read like about like 60. And that's way more than that's almost double what I read last year. And a part of me is like, okay, next year I want to read 100. But I just can't. Maybe it's just because I'm a mom, but I'm like, I can't put that pressure on myself. So
start low.
Yeah.
If you get up there.
Raise it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always could.
Start low. What you're comfortable with.
I also want to set like a reading goal for myself next year and then not change it throughout the year. So then I can be like, if I set my goal as like 50 books and then I read like 75, I'm like, that looks more impressive than like your reading goal was 50.
You're
and then you
12 books
changed it
behind.
to 55 and then you changed it to 6, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a silly thing though, but
Silly Willy.
But I do feel like reading, the stage of life that you're in definitely affects your reading.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought I'd be reading a lot more this month because I'm like, oh, the holidays, it's slower. No, I've had so much going on in my family and weddings I still have to finish editing that it's just been crazy and I haven't been able to get through as much as I've wanted to. But I just have to accept that. So,
yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about some of the things we want to see more of in the books we read, and just overall the book talk community in 2024. And some of the things we would like to see less of in the books we read and in the book talk community and stuff like that. You want to go first?
You go first.
Okay. I'm going to go first with something I would like to see less of. And I feel like I saw this on TikTok and she made a really good point, was marketing your book based on tropes.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
And her reasoning behind it, which I kind of agree with, is she says it kind of spoils the books.
100%.
And I was like, you're honestly so right. I feel like I don't know how to like go around that because I know a lot of people like to look for books based off the trope. Maybe just not putting like exact phrasing, because I feel like a lot of people do put like the words that are spoken in the book. Maybe just say like this book has some of this. I don't know. It's interesting how to like make it different.
yeah, I never really thought of that before. Like, if I were an author, you almost think like, oh, I could probably sell my book better if I said it's enemies to lovers. But then it would also maybe be a more fun reading experience for people if they didn't know it was enemies to lovers and then it was. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I also feel like if you read the plot synopsis, you can usually tell if it's going to be an enemies to lovers anyways, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel like you have to explicitly say that. But now that I think about it, every book that I've known as enemies to lovers, it's like, you know, they're going to be together.
Yeah.
So you kind of wish you didn't even know it was enemies to lovers.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. I like that a
Yeah.
lot.
Anyways, I don't really know how to like make it different or like better. Maybe, I don't know, just figuring out a different way to market your book. I don't know.
Market it based on the plot.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
Or like the main character, if
Yeah.
she's like, you know, most of them are bad A. So.
Or it's like, you know, maybe it's a set in a dystopian
Yeah.
time, or
I feel like in early book talk, people would do like a collage of pictures and like just to kind of set the mood of the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go back maybe a little bit towards that, because
Like, sell me on the aesthetic.
yeah. Something like that. Because I feel like a lot of the books, my early book folder in my TikTok, my personal TikTok, is based on the aesthetics of books that they were promoting. So maybe that's a different way.
I really don't see those a lot anymore. Maybe we should do
No.
more of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I did it for Carval.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say that right?
Caraval.
You guys bashed on me. Just kidding. I just didn't say it correctly, and you guys kindly corrected me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very good at pronouncing things.
I was saying it wrong too, so.
LOL. It's
All
okay.
right.
Okay.
That's all right.
Does anyone have anything else? Or, I mean, does
Okay,
anyone... Okay, we're done. Just kidding. Does anyone have anything they want to contribute?
I want to see more dystopian novels.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
I just feel like fantasy, it's popular for a reason. And I know there's got to be more dystopian things out there, but you don't see dystopian books really like hyped on Book Talk ever. I don't know if it's because people are just writing less of them or what, but I just miss that feeling of a dystopian book because I like fantasy a lot. I feel like dystopian can give a very similar reading experience.
You need to read Shatter Me.
Yeah. I feel like you would like it.
I feel like you would too.
I'm a little nervous to read it though because I feel like you were
I wasn't disappointed. It just, I mean, it's a dystopian novel. It just, I wouldn't read the novellas personally.
I would only read the last one.
Yeah.
I actually didn't read the novellas.
Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have. They weren't very good.
So,
I honestly, now that I think about it too, can you guys think of any new adult, or I can only think of young adult dystopian novels.
I know, I can't think of
any.
What? I feel
Maybe.
like Dark Matter.
Yeah, I guess that could be dystopian. I think it's marketed as sci-fi though.
That's true.
I don't know. I just really need like
let's get it.
Someone to write an epic new adult dystopian series. I mean, it could be young adult.
It's SJM's new series she's gonna write is dystopian.
That'd be fun.
Oh, I was
I'd be down for that. Sarah, please surprise us with a dystopian novel. I don't know. I think about like how I fell in love with reading, and it was through dystopian series.
Divergent.
And I talk about it a lot on the podcast, but it's just because I miss that feeling of those kind of books. So, yeah.
I saw. Do you guys know who Victoria Paris is? Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
She the other day posted a TikTok saying she loves dystopian movies so much, and she just basically was kind of saying the same thing. She wish there was more out there. So
there's not a lot.
No, good ones, like good. Yeah,
I feel like 2010 was like pushing dystopian books, movies, and we're going to scavenge the book community, and we'll try to find some.
Someone's got to be writing one right now. That's the thing, because if no one's writing one right now, we're not going to get anything for a really long time. So that's why well,
I wonder if people have written them. They're just not popular.
I bet you there are some out there. I want to make
your dystopian series popular.
I feel like I have some in my Goodreads that there was one that was called The Death Warrant.
And I think Kyle picked one out for me. It's like a dystopian series, but yeah.
Well, I was also looking through the Goodreads like awards for 2023.
Mm-hmm.
There's not like a dystopian section.
Oh, there's not. Mm-mm. Well, we're gonna read The Uglies, remember?
Yeah.
I need to go back.
But maybe because dystopian isn't necessarily a full-on genre, it's maybe an umbrella underneath the fantasy genre.
Fantasy or like sci-fi, maybe.
Yeah. You should read. Yeah. You should read Dark Matter and see what you think. It kind of gives dystopian-ish vibes, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
More sci-fi.
Yeah. But too bad I'm not a writer. I would write one if I had a brain of an author, but I don't.
A brain of an author.
So.
You want to know what I want to see more of?
Let's hear it.
I want to see more in 2024, ours included. I would love more podcasts interviewing authors. And just like diving into, their process, how they think, more interviews with authors. Cause I don't see, other than, not even just the big authors. I really only see interviews with like SJM or Rebecca Yarros. I want to see interviews with like maybe some of your smaller authors or even romance authors. I just don't see a lot of interviews.
You see like kind of Skype interviews sometimes, but I'm like, I never know the people who are interviewing them.
Mm-hmm. I don't see a lot of interviews with authors, so
yeah, that's something we would like to do as a podcast for 2024.
Just because genuinely, I think authors' brains are so cool because my brain does not work that way.
Mm-mm.
Visually, with visual content, I can create really cool content, because we're photographers. But to take and put words on a page and create a new world and a story, I couldn't do that, and I think it would just be cool to understand
like all the scheming that goes on and the connecting the dots. Like, how do you do that?
Blows my mind.
I have so many questions.
I love
so many questions. Back to you, Mikayla.
Back to me. I want to see more actual slow burn.
Mm-hmm.
I feel as if a lot of books, it's done very quickly, if that makes sense. I really don't have anything else to elaborate on. I just love a good slow burn. Slow romance.
Well, sometimes if you do it right, you don't even need you don't need it to be quick.
No.
And sometimes it's better when when it's the burn takes.
I know, because you just want to keep going.
Yeah.
When are they going to graze hands for the first time?
It's way more satisfying when they finally get together or kiss or whatever.
Or just like a brush of
brush of the shoulder.
A whisper in the ear.
Yeah, I'm here for that for next year for sure. One thing I was gonna say I want less of is spoilers.
I literally was gonna say that.
I know we talk about this so much, but I am so passionate about this. If you are a book talk creator, I love that for you. We support you. But if you are not, and we try to be very cautious about this when we post our own TikToks. So if we've ever spoiled something for you, literally it is like, there's nothing I feel worse about.
Yeah.
So we try to like caption anything like the top with like red letters, Crescent City spoilers or spoilers for whatever. And then the content. I always appreciate when I scroll through TikTok and I see other people say spoiler warning in 3, 2, 1, or you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I've had some experiences taken away from me because of spoilers, and some that aren't even like that big of spoilers. But like even books that I've already read, I see spoilers for, and I'm like, someone else probably saw that and I got spoiled for them. It just makes me sad. So I don't think it's that hard to just put a little spoiler warning before you put your content on TikTok, Instagram, whatever. And also like not spoiling things on your Goodreads for people. Yeah, I just feel very passionately.
You just got to be careful about you know, your comments on someone Goodreads update or their review. Someone commented a spoiler for Crescent City in one of my reviews and I had to go to delete it. I had to delete it so nobody would see it. Or comments on TikToks. The amount of times I've gone in comments, and it's fun when you've read the book, but sometimes even there was one time where it was a TikTok not even about a book. It wasn't even about like Throne of Glass or something. This isn't what happened, but on one of our TikToks someone commented a spoiler for some other book that we weren't even talking about. So you just gotta kind of be aware.
And I will say, we posted a few TikToks recently where we've said like keep the comment section spoiler free because like Mikayla hasn't read the book yet or whatever. And I will say I've been so impressed with how like kind everyone's been, and I haven't had to delete any spoiler comments on the ones that we say that in the caption or something, and I love that. So yeah, just be mindful of other readers because
less spoilers in 2024.
Oh, it's my turn, huh? I had one and now I forgot. Shoot, come back to me. I forgot.
Okay. I'm also stealing this from someone I saw on TikTok. I would like to see less books in series.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Give me a standalone fantasy book.
Yeah. Or I just feel as if sometimes there are series where the books I am like, that was a filler book and that was not necessary at all. I don't know. I just feel sometimes series are just extended longer than they need to be, you know?
I mean, it's a good way for authors to get more money, I guess.
But I love a good, like, duology.
Same.
Like, it's just nice. And it's not a big commitment to have to, like, read 2 books. Yeah. I mean, if you're already in the process of creating a series, you don't have to make it shorter. It's just personal preference, you know?
I would like to see more people licensing their
merch.
Yeah. Should I say that?
No.
Is that a conversation?
I mean, you can.
We could have a
conversation about it. We could.
Do it.
Okay. Let me just preface this. If you have ever purchased any book-specific merch from any sort of like Etsy creator, whatever, I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but because there's people out there who aren't licensed, and if you're not licensed, it means that you didn't have permission from the author or / publishing company to print said merch. And I don't want anyone who's listening who isn't, I don't know, I don't want to like hurt anyone's feelings, but it just makes sense that if you wanted to sell, let's give an example. We have been working on, do we want to say this?
Yeah, why not?
I just feel like this is something that's not talked about.
It's not.
We've been working on some designs for some SJM merch, and we have it all ready. but it's technically not ready because we're still waiting for approval from SJM and her team before we can sell it. And we've just been noticing as we've been going through this process that there are a lot of people out there who are not licensing their merch that they're creating, and they're making money off of authors when it's the author's words.
Yeah.
And even like certain logos and things on their merch, and they didn't get permission to use it. And as much as like as excited as we are to show you guys the stuff that we've been working on, we just don't feel right about just selling it to make a buck when we feel like we just want to credit the person who wrote these quotes or wrote this phrase or whatever. And so I just feel very passionately that
authors put a lot of time and energy into their work, and it almost would be like, for example, for us, if someone was taking a photo we took and printing it and making money off of it, we would probably be pretty upset, right? Because that's our art, we made that. Same thing with authors, you know. But I think because it's not talked about a lot, I think maybe some of those sellers aren't even aware that that's a thing. So I think it's a good conversation to have, because what if someone's listening and they don't even know they need to license those types of things?
Yeah.
But I've heard that, you know, most authors are pretty cool about accepting your designs. It just takes quite some time, especially with SJM. We've been waiting for 2 months to hear back.
Yeah.
Our designs have been ready. We're ready for you guys to see them, but we can't because we don't have permission. So just kind of be aware. But I would love to see that too.
Yeah, it would just suck being like an artist and someone like using your work and making money off of it. And I know everyone knows it's from SJM, but like getting all the money. And here's the thing about getting licensed, it's almost, I mean this in the nicest way, it's almost not fair, because if you get licensed, you have to give them a percentage of your sales. So if you're not licensed, you're just keeping it all.
And authors should get a portion.
I know they should, because it's their work.
Yeah.
It's honestly not something that we're like, oh, we're going to make a lot of money off of this.
No.
It's more like we just love it and we want to, I don't know, maybe that.
And I want to support the author, right? Because like I love their book so much, and it sucks to give X amount of money or 20%, whatever it is, but I also want to support that person because I love their work so much and I want them to continue to be able to do that, right?
Yeah, like I think of it as like, and you kind of gave this example with photos, but like if I even traveled somewhere, let's say Peru, for example, and I made some video of me going to Peru, and then some company like stole my footage and was making an ad for Peru, I'd be like, excuse me, that's mine. Like I shot that, I put that together. And so would I let someone use my footage if they asked me to buy, like if they asked if they could buy it, I'd be like, yeah, sure, that helps me out, like it makes my work that I put in worth it. Anyways, I don't want to like start a debate, make anyone upset, but we do get a lot of messages saying like, when are you gonna do Throne of Glass merch or something? And we just want you guys to know we're working on it. And if anyone has any sort of be real, if anyone has any sort of connections to, you know, certain things, let us know so we can get the process moving around a little quicker. But we know Sarah's a busy gal. We don't blame her. So
you guys are gonna die when you see the designs.
They're so good.
Sorry, it's killing us.
Hopefully they'll respond soon so we can share it with you guys. But just big things coming. We love that, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought of one.
Oh, you thought?
I want to see more Goodreads updates. Meaning, I want Goodreads to maybe update their mobile app. Give us 5-star ratings. I would love maybe not more updates, more features on Goodreads. Or even, I think it'd be hard to get people to move from Goodreads, but maybe a better book tracking app, kind of like Goodreads.
I know there's one out there that a girl I follow uses. I can't remember what it's called, and she says she likes it a lot more than Goodreads, but My thing is, I'm not willing to switch over to Goodreads because it would take to something else because it would take me forever to put in every book I read, my review. So I'm a loyal Goodreads girl.
I feel like the other one I saw, it was a monthly subscription.
Maybe that's why Goodreads doesn't have as many features, is because it's free.
Well, they do have ads. Have you noticed those?
No.
They're like on the very top, at least of my mobile.
Oh, yeah. You are right.
So that's probably how they make their money. Let's see. I don't know if it has it.
Yeah. They're sometimes in the middle of your feed too.
Yeah.
I would really appreciate some updates to the Goodreads app.
Yeah. I love that one. Do you guys have anything else? Well, we're really excited to see what the year 2024 brings. Hopefully lots of fun stuff with us. Hopefully interviewing authors, maybe getting some more ARC books, because that's like our favorite thing in the entire world. And anyways, we're just so grateful for this past year, and we hope this next year is just even better.
That is actually crazy. It's almost been a year since we started the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, didn't we
start it in April?
Yeah.
We started planning things for it in like March. And that's like it's coming up. Don't worry, I'm counting down the weeks till March.
Anyways, if you guys want, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at What She's Reading Pod. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sorry. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.